Hola, mis espiritus. Hello, how is everyone? I wanted to apologize for the first video format. Everybody in the house got the flu, like respiratory flu. So we were all sick and I was home watching the kids who couldn't go to school, so we were stuck here. Today we are looking to add some papers to the junk journal that we are making. I picked out a few ideas here. Just some possible collage fodder. This big sheet here, this is a stack of very large mixed media papers. I believe it was from a spiral bound Canon book, the mixed media books with the big blue covers, and they have like a big black X on them. And I tea-dyed it, and I was going to use it for a different project, but I changed my mind. And then in the very back here, we have a few different types of scrap paper that we might add for journal pages. But before we specifically get to talking about making the pages, I wanted some of them to be jelly printed. For our like junk journal mixed media thing, I wanted some of them to be jelly printed. And I was watching a YouTuber whose handle is Kleeblatt Creations, which is spelled Kleeblatticreations. Sorry, just habit, little sideways sign language. It's a thing I do when I spell things. Anyways, I believe that they are either German, Dutch, or Austrian, because I'm pretty sure they speak either German or Dutch. I don't know if they speak English or how much English they speak, but their jelly printing work is just gorgeous, and they were doing a sort of rust technique. And I am unfortunately missing half of my paints. All of my soft body craft paints are gone, which are supposed to be the best for the jelly plate because they slide along the plate easier. But those are at someone else's house, so I'm not talking to right now because I want to craft and chill. So, anyways, yesterday I tried a little bit. Since I'm missing half of my paints, I didn't get the full rust technique that I wanted, but that's cool because something else cool came out of it. This was just a coverall sheet. This is just a scrap sheet that I am layering on. This was like my first official. I was hoping it was going to turn out good. Not my favorite. Not horrible. Not my favorite. And then this one came, which this one I did not hate. It does not look like rust, but I really like that. It's really grungy, dirty looking. Kind of love it. So that is kind of what we're going for. And please remember, with jelly printing, everything is like a huge experiment. You learn a technique, you change it and work it and work it and work it until you get something you like. And depending on where you're located, if you're in a very hot, dry climate, things might go a lot faster for you. If you are in a very cold, wet climate, like I am at the moment, things take a little bit longer. So yeah, after we do the rest technique, I will pause the video and then I will clean all this stuff up and we can get some stencils out and make some like really, really fun crafts. Yeah? Sound good? Okay. Hopefully I was relatively in frame there most of the time. We are going to start with some Naples Yellow Hue. This is Liquitex Basics. I have Liquitex Basics, Matisse, Winsor & Newton. I have some Golden down there. Also, I have store brand acrylic. I don't know if it was from Michaels or Joann, but I don't know. But we are going to start with a little bit of Naples yellow. You could also use, I think, unbleached titanium, maybe yellow ochre. Mix the two. That would be a good match. And we are also going to use some Australian sienna, which I believe is a kind of raw sienna. And raw umber. I don't know if I've said it, this is the second time I tried to make this video. It's been a very difficult day. I am not a jelly plate professional at all. I got my very first jelly plate, this one, a few months ago, I think in the summer of 2022. And I used it a couple times, fell in love with it, and then it like disappeared in my life and I didn't use it for a while. So I wanted to pull it out, play with it some more, learn some cool techniques. I am making sure that when I use the brayer, you need a very soft rubber brayer too. There's another one with like a red, roll in the middle. It's hard. It's not good for paint. So yeah, I am making sure that when I push the paint, I pick up the brayer so that it spins, because that spreads the paint better. Otherwise you get like dot, 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 just the same over and over and over. I am cleaning off the brayer on a scrap sheet of paper. Oof, what a day. I wanted to start with this today, first thing after I got the kids to school, but our cat, Salem, needed me to work on some projects for him. So I spent most of the morning doing that. But I still have just a little bit of time until the kids show up. So I'm hoping to be able to share some of this with you. All right, I am just going to get a regular sheet of copy paper. Just working on copy paper right now until I figure out the technique and how I really want it to go. All I did was spritz water all over the surface, and I'm doing a pull right away because we want this effect right here. You're not in my phone stand that holds the phone very tight today. We want this kind of popping and pulling and melting of the paint is the thing that gets you the effect, the rust effect. So make sure you're back in your spot. Okay. We are going to do just a little bit more water spritzing. So yeah, so I was crafting for Salem this morning rather than jelly printing like Mom wanted. And he gets a little rambunctious at night. He's almost a year and a half old. He was born in October of 2021, correct? Yes. So he's about a year and a half old. I'm not counting months. You're on your own. And at night, I am just blotting with a clean piece of paper towel. He gets really rambunctious, and sometimes he can get a little out of control. So I was making him some puzzle crafts out of cardboard and some scratch posts and things like that so that he can forage and hunt and play as cats are supposed to do, but do it during the day so he can get out that energy. If you all are interested, I can definitely take some pictures of that and post it on the community tab. I am sort of new to YouTube. I had another channel, but I never posted any videos on there that were public. I used it for school. And so I didn't really get familiar with all of the different things that you can do with YouTube. I do have an Instagram channel where I focus more on spiritual things. And so I'm not like new to the point where like I've never been on camera before or whatever, but I'm new to YouTube, so I'm not sure how everything works. But if I'm able, I will try to link Black. Yeah, I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I'm not. Black Creations in the description box, if I'm allowed. I don't know how that works, and I don't like want to get in trouble or whatever. But I will try to link that in the description box below. And if you have not seen the first video of this series where we are making a junk journal, I will try to like pin it somewhere up there. I don't know how that does. And eventually, once we get all the videos along, I will make a playlist and begin adding to that. I think that's it there. Yeah. So I am just waiting for this to dry. I have this really awesome craft light that is like a bazillion lumens. So I look for gloss, where the paint is extra glossy. It's not too bad. It's pretty dry. So we can go ahead and do a second layer now. We are going to do some Naples yellow again. Last layer of Naples yellow. A little more Australian sienna. A little more raw umber. This is not the raw umber that I'm using though. I was using this. And I'm just putting little daubs. I don't measure. And I would like to add just a touch of cadmium orange hue, which I'll be adding more of later, but for now, that's enough. Probably like way too much paint, but I got a design that I didn't hate last time, so I'm just going to keep going with that. Again, making sure I lift up my brayer. Yeah, it's like way too much paint. You can tell when the like paint ripples on itself. Not great. Oh well, we're having fun. That's the point. The point is to enjoy yourself. Move these papers again. Still getting over the flu here. I am immunocompromised, and I also take immunosuppressants. And so when I get sick, it is darn near impossible for me to get well. So I still have a bit of the sniffles, which is no fun. And every now and again I have to like clear my throat, but I will try to make sure that I don't do that on camera. I'm trying to keep my hands like in view. Aren't you supposed to like stay in frame when you're a YouTuber? I don't know. So maybe I'll rest my hand here. Bring this water over here. Who needs water over there? Nobody needs water over there. Drip, drip. It's just water. I think it has some white paint in there from last night. I was trying to do jelly printing last night, but the moment I pull out the plate, of course, my teenager sneaks into my room and finds me and says, "Mom, when you're done with that, can I do one? I really want to do one." Actually, I think he said, "Can I help you do one?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So then he comes in, and of course he does not help Mom and do it Mom's way. He makes his own prints because he is also an amazing artist. So I got like one print that I didn't hate, and then he took over. why I like to craft when they're gone. They always want to use my craft supplies. Again, just dabbing. I didn't pull a direct pull off of this one yet. I might not. I'm trying to build a few layers of color here in what will eventually be the foreground. And I didn't want to pull a full sheet of color. You can, but I didn't want to pull a full sheet of color because I didn't want to take too much away. Because I really want to build this foreground up. Oh, I have Naples yellow fingers. Dripping more. Of course, I moved the cut back because I am a smart crafter, and I know that when you leave open containers of liquid near your crafting area, you will do one of two things. You will either spill it or drink it. There's another YouTuber I enjoy watching. She's an acrylic painter. She does watercolor too. She actually has her own, like, you can get, as a YouTuber, you can, like, make merchandise and sell it. And one of the things that she has is a little coffee cup. And on one side of the coffee cup, it says, not paint water. And on the other side of the coffee cup, it says, paint water? Question mark. Don't drink paint water. It's very bad for you. There are a lot of paints out there with, like, poisonous, like, of course they're probably toxic in them, in and of themselves. They're not edible, but there are a lot of paints, especially like professional high quality paints like Golden or the Liquitex professional line, where they use very dangerous chemicals in their paint, like cadmium, for example. This is cadmium orange hue, and the reason it is hue is because cadmium's like really dangerous. But it was difficult for manufacturers, again, more splashing of water and dabbing. It was difficult for manufacturers to find a really good substitute for cadmium because cadmium is really just amazing. There's cadmium red, orange, and yellow, I believe. And if you use like cadmium red when you're trying to paint a painting that like has fire in it, the fire will be like almost luminescent. It glows so intensely. It's such a bright, vibrant, amazing color. And it was really hard for manufacturers to find a substitute for that. So for a long time, they had this like super duper poisonous thing in their paints. Paints are made out of like the weirdest things. There was a paint, they don't make it this way anymore, but there was a paint long, long ago. I think it was called Mummy White or something like that. And I think they used mummy wrappings or something. Like, legit, seriously, they use really weird, creepy stuff to make paint. There are a lot of, you know, the saying mad as a hatter, because hatters use extremely dangerous chemicals to make hats and stuff. I guess it's a crafter thing. We like to play with dangerous chemicals. But painters, same thing. Making paints, there are a lot of, I feel like they were painters. Painters who had to make paints so that they could do their paintings, and the chemicals that they were using in their paints just like absolutely made them crazy. I feel like Van Gogh is one. That's like why he cut off his ear. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, artsy people are weird. But as my oldest son says, weird is the new normal, and normal is weird. So yeah, again, just letting it dry. I hope we're still recording. We are. Yay, we're recording. We are almost at 20 minutes though. Wow, long video. I think that instead of continuing on and on and on and showing you just me building this color over and over and over, I am going to do the next layer and show you, and then maybe I'll pause it and then come back when I'm ready to do the last layer. It'll be cool no matter what. We want a tiny bit of Naples. Tiny, 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 tiny bit. My paint really likes to glop on me, so I was trying to be very careful. We want Australian sienna. We are going to do two more layers, hopefully. Raw umber. Just a little bit of raw umber, because it'll go a weird brown color if you add too much. Keep it handy though, you might want more of it. Cadmium orange hue. Quite a bit more of that, as you can see, than I added last time. Tiny, tiny bit of burnt sienna. Bloop. All right, this is going to be a dark layer. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Dark, reddy brown layer. Ooh, it like turned super orangey, which is not bad. It's better than that weird brown color I was getting last night. It was not good. It was like nothing like rust whatsoever. I was not a fan. That was not the color I was going for, but I think it's going to look really cool. It's the thing about jelly printing, like, it's always random, it's always different. No two prints are ever going to be exactly the same, no matter what you do. Again, same process. And I'm actually going to do a quick pull from this too. But yeah, no matter what you do, like, you can't get two absolutely identical prints, you know? It's really cool. I think, anyways. Quick pull. Hiya! Another quick pull. Same paper. Hiya! And I want this one now to do some more, because that was a thick layer. And I was using a wet paper, which was not my friend. Hopefully I don't get my hand wraps too colored. Not with this color anyways. I have another color. If I'm going to go around dyeing my arm wraps, whoops, I have another color I would love to accidentally dye them. Not rust. Ah, I say that and then I do it again. Haha, there we go. That is good. That was a good third or fourth or fifth umpteenth layer. I like that one. That's nice. I'm going to do the dab, which my 13-year-old says is dead. My 8-year-old vehemently disagrees. He says that the dab will never die. Just trying to get the wet stuff off just for you. Maybe I should have like time-lapsed part of the video. I mean, I could, but now I've spoken through it all, and I wouldn't want to accidentally time-lapse through instructions. Maybe I'll time-lapse this part. Yeah, how about that? I will time-lapse this part. I don't know how long my phone records for. So it might like end and I have to restart it, and then I'll like time lapse and you can watch me up through the end. I'm going to, as soon as this dries, oh no. Hold your breath. I got it. I'm going to do another layer, same like I just did this one, but I'm going to try to get it a little bit darker with raw umber. So maybe what I'll do is I'll pause. I'll get it a little bit darker, and then we'll come back and we'll do the last layer together. Yeah, that sounds good. So long for just one print. We haven't even gotten the one print yet. Oh, so sad. Okay. So while you were gone, and you don't remember it because I'm perfect at joining videos, I did 2 more layers, raw umber, burnt sienna, and cadmium orange hue. And I used a bit of burnt sienna. And I did 2 more layers, and I got the surrounding edges really dark, and I really liked that. Last night on the one print that I didn't hate, the thing that I thought was a little bit off was the green. Wasn't really a full like patina green. So I mixed up some colors over here because I didn't want to mix it on the plate. This is Primary Blue, Liquitex Basics, Brilliant Yellow, Green, and Raw Umber. And it's still not quite there, but you know, I'm missing half my paints. I'm over here on the other desk. I'm just gonna brayer it onto the brayer. And then onto the plate. And then as I go, I might add some more raw umber, because I do still want that brown in there. I just don't want too much. I don't want too much greeny blue, and I don't want too much brown. It's very, patina is a very particular sort of thing. Oh, also, weird art thing that not many people know. Did you know that blue and brown make green? After you think about it for a second, it kind of makes sense, because brown is kind of like, I don't know, dirty yellow. But it's kind of surprising at first. It's like, wait, what? They do what? That's not right, right? Way too much brown, of course. But I really want to get this mixed in. And this is the final layer. I won't be per-splatting this with water. I could. You can. But this video is already really long, and I still want to do some fun prints with you that are not technique specific. So this one probably won't be exactly what... Yeah, maybe I was too close or something. Anyways, we are ready now. The last layer, nobody has actually ever like said this that I heard, but I'm pretty sure it's a thing. The very last layer, you want it to be a bit thicker than the layers on top. So I don't mind that it's super thick. Again, just using copy paper right now until I really get this specific technique where I want it to be. And then my random topper to get the edges. And now we wait, which you don't have to be a part of. I will wait until this fully dries. I will come back. I will show you the results. And maybe you want to watch me pull it. I'll pull it. I'll show you the results. And then I will pause you again. And we'll do some fun stenciling stuff with some bright, fun colors. Probably mostly greens. Green is my favorite color. I can't help that. All right. See you in a bit. Okay. Yeah. I think it's ready. It might not be, but I think it is. Oh, it looks good. It's like super clean pool. I'm gonna jinx it now. But there's like no scabs at all, except for like the edges where the copy paper didn't reach and the oversheet didn't pick up. One scab right there. One, not paper scab, paint scab. And I will bring you down here so you can see. Oh, I like it. Again, I'm not sure it's rust, but so grungy. I really love that. It's so beautiful. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if I will add the next section onto this video or make a separate video. Maybe I should. And then I can have another playlist where I just do like jelly printing and stuff like that. So yeah, I will end this video here. And then when we come back, we will do more jelly prints, but they will be much more fun and easy and quick. And those pages hopefully will end up in our journal. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the jelly print, if you learned something new, if you, I don't know, had a good time, like the video. That helps me know what you like and what you want to see and what you know, care about watching. And comment, questions, comments, that sort of thing. If you want to see more, tell me what you're working on. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I have a lot of plans and I can't wait to show you. Can't wait to make some super awesome stuff with you. I do a lot of different things. I paint on canvas, I make junk journals, mixed media journals. I work with acrylic paints and watercolors. I also do like watercolor pencils and acrylic paint sticks, and I do a little bit of Zentangling, and like I made crafts for Salem, and yeah, I have a lot of plans for us together here. So like, comment, subscribe, and share, and get the word out. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.